What's going on, YouTube? RDAP Dan here, Federal Prison Time Consulting. Hope you guys are having a great day. Give everybody a few minutes to join in before we get into this prison reform bill and the Second Chance Act that we all know has actually passed. First Step Act. So we're going to talk about that today once we give you all a little bit of time to join us. And let me know who's in the room joining us so far, if you could be so nice and so kind. But we'll give everybody about a minute or two, and then we'll jump on this topic. It's been a hectic day. One of our clients just had their indictment come down today, a week before Christmas. Pretty shitty. Hey, Rebecca, how are you doing? Rebecca Crow. Rebecca Crow's in the house. All right, Rebecca. Welcome, welcome. I know a lot of you have tons and tons of questions about how the First Step Act is going to affect you. Is it going to affect you? What does it really do? So we're going to talk about this prison reform bill and the good, the bad, and does it really matter? So we give everybody another minute or so to join us. Hey, Lisa, how are you doing? Welcome. Lisa Thomas, a name I don't recognize. If you're new, welcome. Thanks for joining us. If any of you are here from joining me from Brian over at Bounce Back, let me know. Bounce Back, Life After Prison. Brian, as you guys have probably seen his YouTube channel, he's got an awesome YouTube channel that's not just entertaining, but the guy's got a great heart and he really wants to put out awesome information for everybody. So make sure if you haven't checked out Brian's channel over at Bounce Back, definitely do so. Hey, Shamel Hopkins, welcome, welcome. Going to give you guys another minute or so to join in. We've got, I don't know, 10 or 15 people in the room right now. So I want to make sure. I know so many people have questions about what is this bill going to do? Second Chance Act. How is it going to help? What's up, Kevin? Kevin's a long-time viewer of Federal Prison Time with RDAP Dan. So welcome back, Kevin. San Judas, hello Dan, I'm El Gordo. I got sentenced last week. Hey El Gordo, what's going on, bud? You got sentenced. How much time did you receive? Rhonda, hey Rhonda. Thanks for joining, guys. It's Christmas time. Got a lot of people in prison right now that could really use a few extra things, whether it be a couple of soups, some Christmas cards. So if anybody wants to chip in and donate to help with for those that are less fortunate in prison, there's a money button on right where you're typing right now. So if you want to send a donation over, that would be awesome. Any donations that we receive, we give these to the guys and women in prison that are less fortunate, kind of struggling. Commissary, hygiene products, some Christmas cards, Christmas baskets, anything you guys want to do to help. I was waiting on this live. Hi, Zan. How are you? Welcome, Zan. Another name I don't recognize, so I hope if you're new or you got a new name there, welcome. Thanks for joining. And I'd say another 30 to 45 seconds here. Build up this anticipation just a little. But we've done a video on the First Step Act a couple months back when it was looking legit, looking like they were actually going to pass it. We did a video on that. It's not the most favorable video, meaning you know, I have my own concerns about First Step Act. So we're going to talk about that. 31 months. You're 31. Hey, I'm glad you're happy about 31 months. I know a lot of people look at 31 months as like a life sentence. We just had a client that received 122 months, I believe, or was it 132 months? Not a client, I should say, more of somebody that's been following us and we've been giving some information to. Bounce Back, Life After Prison with the big $2 donation. You guys got to get over to Brian's channel and subscribe and build up that monetary value over there so he can afford more than a $2 tip. Just kidding with you, Brian. Much love, brother. $2 goes a long way in commissary, as we all know, especially when a few people are chipping in and adding in. Make sure you get over to Brian's channel, guys. You just saw that he threw a donation in the room. You know, me and Brian are going to be having a battle soon. Pull-ups, push-ups, dips, you name it. Me and Brian are going to be going at it. So we're both over 40. So we're going to see what men over 40 after prison look like when they're trying to get down and get into shape. So let's give another 30 seconds in here. We got about 20 of you watching right now. Then we're going to jump into this. Now, in the description of this video, make sure you guys, if you haven't done so, subscribe to my channel. Go ahead and smash that like button. There's a little bell right next to the subscribe button. If you tap on that bell, it will turn on your notifications. Make sure you turn on notifications so you receive all of our content. We also release a lot of stuff through the community chat, letting you know things going on through the community. We've been doing different polls. A lot of you have been engaging. Bonnie, Kevin, thank you. Money Man, yo, Dan, my mom is currently serving a 46-month sentence. How will this affect her? She's 63 years old. Okay, well, we're going to jump into that. You know, now's a great time. Why not jump into it right now? So, everybody's been very, I don't want to say patiently. Everybody's been very impatiently waiting for this First Step Act bill to pass. So yesterday, the vote came in. The Senate Tuesday passed a criminal justice reform bill in an 87-12 vote. So it was a landslide. We were kind of anticipating it. A couple of weeks ago, it was actually looking like the bill wasn't going to, well, it's not that it wasn't going to pass. They weren't going to pass it yet. And that shifted gears really quickly. So what does this bill actually do? Sounds great. New prison reform bill talking about minimum mandatory, shortening sentences. How does that apply? Is it retroactive? Does it help people that are on pretrial? Does it help people with short sentences? So that's kind of, some of that is still going to be up in the air even after this video. There's still going to be questions because some of this is not explained in its entirety, and I think they still might be figuring out some of it. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into this. So number one, the first thing that we're pretty sure the bill is going to do out the gate, and this is retroactive. So what we're going to discuss right now, this could release hundreds, if not thousands of inmates immediately that are in federal prison right now. So make sure you're paying attention to this. Now, if you're not in federal prison right now, this is not going to apply to you. But if you have loved ones that have been in federal prison for some time, this could affect them immediately, and you could see some of your loved ones start coming home real soon. So the first one we got here, fixing Goodtime Credits. And this is all in the description of the video along with the link to the website. Fix Goodtime Credit ensures that incarcerated individuals earn the 54 days of Goodtime Credit per year and not just the 47 days that the BOP currently allows. This retroactively applies to everyone in federal prison who has earned credit for good behavior. It is estimated that fixing this will allow some men and women to leave prison soon after the bill passes, yielding saving of $40 million in the first year. So kicking these people out of prison is going to save the prison tons of money. So what's good for the prison might be good for us. So basically what's been happening is we all know that inmates are supposed to be receiving 54 days for every year that they serve, but the prison has been misconstruing that and saying, well, that's based on actual months that you served, not based on your sentence, because once you accumulate your good time, you're not actually going to be serving that many years. So they were gypping people. So basically everybody should be getting one additional week. What is it? One additional week per year that they haven't been getting. So for people that have been in prison for a period of time, this is going to affect them right out the gate because, like we said, this becomes retroactive. So people that have several years into the prison system that have all of these weeks that they missed out on because they were only doing the 47 days per year. Now, once that retroactively kicks back and affects everybody, you could see guys that get several weeks added to their good time that really could make a difference of months, if not years, depending on the person's situation. So that's definitely a plus. It's definitely good to see that the administration has kicked this into gear to enforce this on the BOP. This is how it was always, this is what its objective was always meant to be. And the BOP was the one that was misreading it and using it against people. So we're glad to see that Trump and the rest of the goofballs over there made this happen. What's going on, Chris? We got Chris in the room. Let's say hi to a few more people. Don't play with it. Hit that subscribe. There you go. Bounce Back's telling you guys, come donate. You got to at least match Brian's subscription, $2. We all got that laying around. Just skip your coffee tomorrow morning. Throw $2 my way, and I'll make sure that whatever you guys donate, we will double and send off to the prison system to help out men and women that are struggling. San Judas, yes, I think I remember your last name. I changed my username on you. Oh, what's up, Chris? That's right, bro. Kimberly. Hey, Kim. Okay, so everybody follows. First thing that the the First Step Act is going to do, I keep saying second chance, First Step Act, the first thing that the First Step Act is going to do is it's going to improve the amount of good time that inmates are receiving. Really, it's just enforcing what they're already supposed to be getting. So, we got to give them some points for that. Second thing, major incentives. Now, this is one that a lot of people have gotten confused on. We've gotten tons and tons of emails from inmates that are already in prison that do not understand what this means. So I'm going to read it to you, and then we'll go over it a little bit. Major incentives for participating in programs allowing for 10 days in pre-release custody for every 30 days of successful participation, with no cap on the pre-release credit that can be earned beyond pre-release custody. Other incentives include increased phone, visitation periods, transfers to institutions closer to one's release residence, and additional policies, which can include increased commissary spending, access to email, consideration of transfer, and other incentives solicited from prisoners themselves. So, what does it mean when you say 10 days for every 30 days that you program? We don't know exactly what the program requirement is, so I don't know what programs yet, and that's something we're doing some research on. As soon as we know, we'll release a more defined definition for you on this. But what this is saying is for every 30 days that you're involved in whatever they consider to be qualified programming, you can qualify for up to 10 days towards your pre-release, which is halfway house. Now, that doesn't change how much halfway house you can ultimately get. Still, the most halfway house you can receive is 12 months. 12 months is the max halfway house. So what we're doing for our clients is we're really preparing them, getting a full insight to what it means, what programs they need to be taking, so we can increase this incentivized program to make sure that our clients have the best chance possible to increase the amount of success on how much halfway house time they will receive based on what they've been doing in prison. Now, we've known that this bill has been looking to pass for quite a while, well before it was in the media. We've been working on this for well over a year. One of the reasons why we create, and everyone asks, how is this progress report going to help us get out of prison sooner? We've been creating progress reports with our clients on what classes they're taking, what classes we advise them to take, and then we keep a tally of your progress report, updating it, and eventually we go back to the court, asking the court to make a recommendation for additional halfway house time based on not only your good conduct, but how you've rised above and beyond what the average inmate's doing. And then we take that, compile it with narratives going back to the prison. Now with this bill in place, it's going to increase the likelihood that the prison is going to support this, because now the prison is being told to support this. Now, do understand that the prison still has discretion. So just because you're programming your ass off, case managers, unit team managers, they can still come in and say, oh, I'm not going to give you any of this good time credit towards pre-release, meaning halfway house. They don't have to do it. It's one of these things that is being brought up more and more, that prison policy is slightly changing to where it's being more encouraged for the prison to do this now. So there's still going to be some stickler wardens, some stickler case managers that are really going to try to stick it to some of you guys. And that's part of the battle that we're working through. And that's why some of this stuff is still gray, because this isn't forcing the BOP to give you 10 days for every 30 days of qualified classing. So we're going to work on that. If anybody has any questions on that, let me check and see where we're at with questions. No new questions yet. Okay. If you guys got questions on that, ask them here. Also send me an email. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, do all that good stuff. And it's Christmas time, guys. We're trying to get some money together that we're going to send out the end of this week to a few guys, and you've spoken to a few of them. You've seen some of them on the channel before. A lot of you guys have seen the people that we support and that we benefit. So throw your donations in. This is a time that it really counts, because we're going to be sending out this money come this Friday. We're going to throw it onto people's commissary so they can have a better Christmas. So take a moment, hit the donate button, guys. Donate, donate, donate. If you don't know how to donate, type it in the room that you don't know how to donate, and we'll explain it to you. All right, so we covered the first two. First one, we went over Goodtime Credits, giving the full 54 days a year, retroactive to everybody that's already in prison. So we're going to see some immediate release. Incentivized programming, taking programs that the BOP considers reform, reentry type of programs. We don't know exactly what those are yet. We have a good idea what they're going to be, and it's something that we've been imposing onto our clients. So we're pretty sure what that's going to look like. So make sure if you're looking to benefit from this, if you think you're going to be going to federal prison at some point and you want to make sure that you maximize every opportunity you have, I can't stress it enough. My information's on the top of the screen, my phone number, my email address. Guys, my email is ardapdan@gmail. Shoot me an email because I can tell you becoming a client of ours is going to give you more benefit than just peace of mind and possibly getting you into RDAP. It's also going to show you how to slice up your sentence once you're in prison. So let's move on to number 3. Availability of pre-release custody by requiring the BOP to transfer low and minimum risk prisoners to pre-release custody, either a halfway house or home confinement. Because the bill provides that the BOP shall do this, the BOP will in fact be required to improve contracting with residential reentry centers, halfway houses, and improve current policy. Even for those who are not designated as low or minimum risk, the First Step Act provides a pathway, a petition for pre-release custody. So they're saying that they're going to try to kick more people to the halfway house, home confinement. Again, 12 months is still the max that they can put you in there, but they're saying that they're going to try to kick some of these people out earlier. As you can see, it's not very defined. It says this great statement. Now everybody's got to interpret it. What does it mean? How is the BOP interpreting it? How are the different wardens interpreting it? When is it going to actually go into effect? So don't be surprised if you don't see a lot of this happening right away, or even if it doesn't happen down the road. These are one of the biggest questions we've been getting, is we're hearing that the First Step Act is going to force the BOP to send people to the halfway house or home confinement sooner for nonviolent first-time offenders, camp, lows, even if people are in medium, depending on what their crime is what this is saying. But it still has to unravel to explain how and who qualifies for it and who's enforcing it, who's overseeing to make sure this happens, what part of the government, which senators, governors are overseeing this. That's still where it's a little bit shady in my point of view. Is yes, they've passed it, but now who's going to enforce it? So that's part of what we need to keep an eye on. So if you've got questions on that, fire away. I'm just reading to see if I missed any questions. Tier Talk, what's up, Tier Talk? We got Anthony Ganji in the room over at Tier Talk. If you guys haven't shot over to his channel yet, Anthony Ganji, and correct me if I'm wrong, you were a correctional officer for several years. I don't think you still are, but he's got a channel that focuses on how correctional officers can basically be better at their job, be more insightful, more wherewithal, and all the crazy inmates that some of these correctional officers have to deal with. Scams, cons, getting beat up, shanked, brought into getting offered money to do shady things, how this can have a negative effect. So he's really trying to bring some light from his point of view into the spectrum, which I think is an amazing need, just as much as our point of view. Having somebody that's been on the other side in the prison system is a great perspective. And soon, me and Anthony will be doing a video. Yes, now I am admin. Now he's admin. Don't know what that means, but he will. That's why I want to get you on the channel, Anthony, because I really want you to explain what it is that you do exactly. And I know you could type it in here, but we all know very few people actually read these comments. They're watching what I'm saying right now. And I don't want to completely butcher and fuck up what you do and make it sound less glorified or more glorified. I want to paint a clear picture of what you do. I've got a pretty good idea because I've been watching your channel for a while. You do a lot of videos in your car. So that's how you know I've been watching. But yes, me and Anthony hopefully will be doing a collab soon. He's going to join us on here. Hopefully I'll join him on him. And yeah, don't forget, guys, please submit a donation if you can. I know a lot of other YouTubers are asking for donations because that's where their income comes from. My income does not come from donations. I do not use any of the donations other than giving it to people that need help. Other inmates that are in prison that are very, very genuine people that are doing what they can to get through it. And we're going into Christmas, so sharing is caring. Give a little if you can. So thanks, Anthony. Thanks for joining us. All right, so we're going to go into the next one here. So we talked about pre-release requiring BOP to transfer to lower custody, sending it to camps, halfway houses, home confinement. and how that's going to get implemented, we're not quite sure yet. We're still working on figuring that out. So next thing is creation and expansion of life-changing classes by authorizing $250 million over 5 years to the BOP for the development and expansion of programming focused on skill-building education and vocational training. These classes will help prepare individuals for a successful and lasting transition back into their communities. The bill also partnerships between nonprofits, volunteer, faith groups, and other organizations to ensure that classes are accessible to as many people as possible. So this is what I'm guessing some of the programs that they're going to be implementing, that if you take these programs for every 30 days of successful programming is where they can improve or recommend you get an additional 10 days of halfway house or home confinement. So that kind of clarifies how they're going to do it. Now it's just a matter of when and who enforces it. My big question is, who the fuck enforces all this stuff? It's great that they've got this in writing and legislation and it's passed, but who's enforcing it? So when we call the BOP and they say, no, we're not giving you that much halfway house, and we ask about this and they say it's up to our discretion. Okay, who's enforcing? What's the point of putting this in place if it's not being enforced? It's like putting a law in place, but nobody enforces the law. In my opinion, this is a law into the BOP that is now solidified that they're supposed to be doing this. So how do we get them to do this? Do we have to create another voice? Is there going to be another bill? The second step bill, or maybe we'll call it the follow-up step to the first step. Because we know nothing's perfect. They've already made revisions to this bill. I posted a link in the description of this video that gives you everything that I'm reading right now. So if you catch this video later or you hate my voice, you can go read it for yourself and let it set in. All right, so we got that. That's the programming that the BOP is going to be offering. Prioritize people inside who need it most, because evidence shows that individuals who are at the greatest risk of future crime are the most in need of treatment, classes, and counseling. To make legislation as effective as possible, it gives priority to incarcerated men and women who are classified as high and medium risk. High and medium risk to reoffend. So what does that mean? You white-collar offenders out there, that doesn't really mean you. They're assuming that you just made some really bad choices. They assume that you probably have enough wherewithal that after you've finished this prison bid, you probably won't. You don't see a lot of white-collar individuals recommitting. Most white-collar individuals, they kind of fall into a trap to where they slowly started breaking the law. They slowly started looking left when they should have been looking right. Or they just thought they were above the law. They figured they could buy their way out of anything. They're not used to being told no, so now they're in the prison system where all of that shit goes out the window. But a lot of these programmings that are being incentivized for high-risk individuals likely to reoffend, you're going to be last on the list, in my opinion, to be offered these programs, because these programs are going to be designed for people that, without them, probably have no real chance at life. Lower education, haven't really held a job in their life, don't know how to start a resume, doesn't have a strong family support. So they're trying to give them some additional tools, which I think is a great idea. Give them some additional tools similar to what RDAP offers, but they're going to make these cognitive skill programs more available. And maybe they'll make them more incentivized like RDAP, to where if you complete these programs, in addition to getting good time credit towards your halfway house, maybe we can get some incentivized just like how RDAP actually reduces your sentence by changing the amount of time you have to serve. I think that's what they need to really do. If you want to see people change, you need to give them incentive. It doesn't matter what their reason is for wanting to initiate change. I took RDAP because I wanted the year off. I didn't take RDAP because I thought I had a problem. I didn't take RDAP because I wanted to be a better person. I didn't take RDAP because I cared about my family. I took RDAP for the time off. Point blank, that's the truth. 100, being real with you guys right now. However, a few months into the program, it's like, oh my God, what's happening? This conscience started growing. I started thinking about consequences. I started, I started focusing on my family. I started focusing on all of these choices and decisions that I made that got me to the spot that I'm in. And even though my original reason for taking that program was just to get a quick year off, that all changed with a few months into the program. I was super happy to get the time off. Don't get me wrong. But the changes that it installed into me and the opportunity that it's afforded me to be here with you guys right now wouldn't be possible without RDAP. So Intentions. Intentions don't mean shit. You can have the worst of intentions or the best of intentions, but the outcome is not measured by what your intentions were. It changes over time. So great intentions can change just like bad intentions can change. So if you've got shitty intentions and you want to go into prison or you want to go into RDAP to get a year off, hey man, I'm not judging you. That was me. I promise you though, if you put 100% in and you know you're trying to get home as soon as possible, a couple of months into that program, it's going to change you and for the better in most cases. I'm going to read some comments, see if I missed anything. I heard it was going to change time from 85. Let me go ahead and address Rebecca here real quick. This is something we hear a lot of. So Rebecca's question. I heard that it was going to change good time from 85 to 65%. No. Or not good time, the amount of time they serve. I'm sorry. She's saying that the amount of time somebody serves federal prison is going to go from 85 to 65. I wish that were true, but no, absolutely not true. You can click on the link. I promise you that is a rumor that's been going around for years and years and years. Even when I was in prison, people were emailing this going to me, guess what, Dan? You're going to get out sooner than you thought because they changed the amount of time federal inmates need to serve from 85 to 65. So Rebecca, 100% not true, okay? Fact, I'm not confused on it. I'm not going, oh, maybe it's true, maybe it's not true. Take this to the bank. It's not true. Bonnie. Rebecca, that sounds like something. Exactly. Bonnie just nailed it. Inmate.com. Inmate.com is not just in prison. Trust me. There's so much fucking bad information out there. That's why sometimes I hesitate to put out videos because I really want to make sure the content that I'm sharing with you guys is accurate. So we do a lot of fact checking. Even though I only posted one link to all of this information on the on the description of this video, I've been scouring websites for months looking for different information to be backed up by facts. And I promise you everything in this video right now is based on factual evidence. Evidence-based. D-Bros, David here. I've been on GPS monitor pretrial for 10 months now, and I'm going to sign my plea deal on Friday. Dun, dun, dun. D-Bros, please give me a call. We do not, I know a lot of other prison consultants charge a consultation fee. It's a 10-minute call. Once you get beyond that 10 minutes, it's like, sorry, buzzer, your time's up. If you want to go any further, time to give me them 16 digits off your credit card. No. You can call me. We can have a very organic conversation, can point you in the right direction, can possibly impart some great advice. Make sure you're signing your plea. Shortly after signing your plea, you're going to be doing the PSR, the pre-sentence report investigation. You really want to make sure you're rock solid on that because if you're not, you could be serving a much lengthier sentence, kicking yourself in the ass once you get to prison. So my phone number's on the screen, D-Bros. Take it down, shoot me a call, text me, email me, all that good stuff. Send me a text right now if you want. And when I'm done with this, I will call you back. Nothing wrong with hoping, Rebecca. Nothing wrong with hoping. All right. Let's get back down to where we're at. All right. So we're going to read through them all. Some of these are maybe not your immediate interest. This one may be of interest to some of you, may not be of interest to some of you. So going down the list, number 4 or 5. Dignity for women by banning the shackling of pregnant women and extending those prosecutions to 3 months after her pregnancy. In addition, the bill requires that the BOP provides sanitary napkins and tampons to incarcerated women at no cost. Already supposed to be doing that, BOP. Shame on you for us fine citizens having to vote on a bill to get you to do what you're already supposed to be doing. So we're going to see some leniency for pregnant women, which makes complete sense. I mean, what the fuck? There's no more stressful period of time than when a woman is pregnant. We already know a lot of women under risk can be high candidates for things like miscarriages. You name it, it can happen when you're pregnant. So the BOP, this is something that never even should have had to be dealt with or brought to issue. But unfortunately, women are being shackled. Women are being chartered off in buses and cop cars, pregnant. Now, if you're some crazy, violent nut job out there, which they do exist, you know, you maybe shouldn't have got pregnant if you're crazy and violent. But for those of you that are non-violent, non-crazy, pregnant, this bill might have a little bit of hope for you guys that you can relax and focus on bringing life onto this planet versus a possible miscarriage due to being extra stressed out And if you're pregnant right now and you're going through something, we have an amazing writer. We have a paralegal. We can help prepare a motion to really set the tone that you should not be sentenced, or you really shouldn't even be dealing with anything until after your pregnancy, and then a few months after that to give you some time to recuperate. Shoot us an email. We might be able to help you with that. It's something that we have a lot of passion about. Angela and Jenny, our life coach, she's lost a child before, so she's very, very passionate about anything we can do for helping young mothers, young mother-to-bes, soon-to-be mothers. So reach out to us for sure on that. Does First Step reduce diesel therapy? We're gonna read through all of the things in here. I know there is some talk about that, but not entirely. So we just did dignity for women. Okay, and this is another one. This is another bill, another part of the bill I'm getting ready to read here that already should have been in effect, and why it was not beyond me. This is something that the prison was already doing when I was in prison. Provide IDs to ensure the individuals leaving federal prison have their IDs prior to their release. This will reduce the collateral consequences of incarceration by allowing a quicker integration back into society, as well as create significant cost savings of approximately $19 million. So for those people that are going into the prison system or already in the prison system that don't have either a driver's license or state ID, the prison is supposed to be helping you get your IDs or your identification or social security cards or birth certificates. A lot of this information and documentation you are going to need when entering into a federal halfway house, because once you go to the federal halfway house, they want you to get to work as soon as possible so they can start taking their 25%. And if you don't have IDs, social security cards, birth certificates, a lot of times you can't get a job, which means you're just sitting in the halfway house and they're not making any money on you. So when you show that you have this stuff earlier on, it's easier to get additional halfway house time. Now, the prison is already doing this. So I'm not sure, like when I was in prison at Coleman, we had something called the Flow Bus that came in every few months. It was a bus that drove onto the compound. And you'd get on that bus and you could do things like get your ID, they'd take your pictures. Now you've got to fill out the paperwork ahead of time, and your case manager can provide you with everything you need to do to get a state ID or a driver's license if you are. Now you have to be eligible for a driver's license. Just because you're in prison, they're not going to give you a driver's license if you've got outstanding tickets, things like that that prevent that. But you definitely can get your ID, which then you can get your social security card. So you can do all of this while you're in prison if you need be. If you're not in prison yet and you don't have an ID and you don't have a social security card, you don't have a birth certificate, or you lost it, you're not sure where it is, do yourself a favor. And if you're listening to what I'm saying right now, listen very closely. Get all that stuff before you go. Great concept. All right. Let's check questions. Robin and McCann. In New Mexico, they do not shackle a pregnant woman's feet in their hands, are supposed to be in front of them, not behind them. I was pregnant while incarcerated. Robin, I would love to hear your story sometime. Maybe you've got something that other viewers, potential inmates, can we say that? Is that politically correct? Maybe you got some information you could share with us, Robin, as what other women might be facing, so you can share some insight. So if you feel like sharing more of your story with me, Robin, my email is rdapdan@gmail.com. My phone number is on the screen. You can call, text, email, share your story with us, and then you and I can have a conversation and maybe have you come on the channel if that's something you would like to do. All right. Okay, somebody talked about their mother being 65 years old, so we're going to talk about compassionate release. Expand compassionate release by reducing the minimum age of prisoner eligibility for elderly release from 65 years of age to 60 years of age, and minimum time served of a prisoner's eligibility for elderly release to 75% to 2/3. It also expands the program to all prisons. Finally, it allows the incarcerated individual to seek relief under the program directly from a court so that the administrative hurdles within the Bureau of Prisons do not hamper one's ability to be released. That is something that really could be beneficial. That might be one of the best things that we read. I know that doesn't apply to everybody unless you're 60 or over, but a lot of the times you're requiring the remedies and within the BOP to to rectify a lot of the issues. What I'm getting from this is you can go directly to the court and get something like a court order, which in a lot of cases is way easier, way faster. You can do it pro se. If you've got an elderly family member in prison and you don't want to go spend tens of thousands of dollars to your attorney, give us a call. There's a good chance that we can help you with this motion, as we've done these in the past and we've been successful with them. If you do have a compassionate release candidate that you feel would be a good candidate for that program, definitely reach out to us. I know somebody in the room had posted a comment on that. So reach out, because that might be something worthwhile that we can help you with. We try to give a variations of services that puts somebody in a better situation than they were priorly into to meeting us. So this last one here, this is more of like a summarized statement. And then if you guys got any questions on it, everything I just read is exactly in the description of this video. So if you just scroll down in the description, you can read everything that I'm reading. I'm just it's like story time. I'm just giving you the story so you don't have to read. Hold the Bureau of Prisons accountable, because we know that well-intentioned legislation can be frustrating and undermined as during the implementation phase. Throughout the bill, there's language providing that the BOP and the Attorney General shall do things, not just that they may do them, specifically that incarcerated individuals shall earn time credits for programming, that the credit shall be applied towards the time in pre-release custody, and that the BOP shall transfer them to pre-release custody. It also states that the BOP shall place lower risk individuals in home confinement. Finally, BOP shall set up a savings account for 15% of inmate compensation to be used to assist with the cost associated with release from prison. The bill also provides for a biannual GAO audit that requires the Attorney General to report annually to Congress on the activities implemented, the effectiveness of the program, the recidivism rate, and savings. So it sounds like they're trying to find a way to hold the BOP accountable. So maybe they're going to be putting some stakeholders at play here that will be overseeing this to mandate that some of this actually goes into effect. The 15% compensation that they're going to take from the inmates, it doesn't sound like that's going to be used to give back to the inmate. It sounds like that's going to be money used to give to like home confinement supervisors, halfway house overseers. So it sounds like they may take a little bit more money from you. And I'm not sure if that's coming from commissary or what, but these are some of the insights to how this First Step Act will make any changes, or is it just a bunch of smoke and mirrors right now? Time will tell, and not a lot of time, because it's not going to take long for... Did I miss any questions here? Dan, in response, I put RDAP Dan and Tier Talk together. I knew that Ganji was looking for an ex-con who took rehabilitation seriously and has gone beyond just living the law. I remember that email, Bonnie. I do remember. So thank you very, very much. I appreciate it. Bonnie, I wonder what the YouTuber as the key turn thinks. He was I've actually reached out to him and haven't got a response yet. So maybe you can work some magic. I think Anthony Ganji knows him. So, maybe, who knows? Maybe all three of us eventually can get together and do something fun for all of you. But that's the basic understanding, guys, of Second Chance Act. It is retroactive. I know a lot of you have been asking about that. There is a whole list. If you click on the website, it goes over who doesn't qualify under the First Step Act for violent crimes, things like that. It gives you a pretty good breakdown. So maybe you want to jump onto that website and take a look at it. But if you're a first-time non-violent offender, I don't even think you have to be a first-time, just a non-violent offender, I believe if anything does kick into place, that this act will benefit you in some shape, way, or form. Maybe not everything, and it might take some time, but when it does kick in, it's retroactive. So if you've been in prison for a few months or a year, and then the bill finally kicks in, you should be getting the benefits from it. For those of you that are going into prison, make sure you take our information with you. Add us to core links. Even if you're not a client, take down our information. If you don't know what information to take, I think CJ is watching right now. All you got to do is email cj@rdapdan.com, and he can tell you what information you need to bring with you into prison to add us to your Core Links account so you can communicate with us. We do weekly updates, weekly emails, newsletters. We do our best to keep everybody as informed as possible in this ever-evolving federal prison system. Very frustrating. Very frustrating. There you go. CJ just posted his email. Jared Mendez, you get a high five, $2. We've raised a whopping $4 today, guys. There's 26 people in here. If everybody donated $2, you know how many people that would help in prison right now that are very, very unfortunate? And for those of you that can't afford the $2, if you can afford $4, make up for the person that can't afford $2. We should be able to raise a couple dollars before we sign off of this video. I'm holding my cup. Where's my cup? Need some change in there. Go ahead. Throw your loose change in this cup. This is a loose change cup, virtual. So that's what we're trying to do, guys. A combination of, there's nothing more devastating than mentally preparing for federal prison. At least I don't think so. Especially when you don't really have a lot of insight as what to expect. We've got some clients that we've been working with for several months now. They're local. They've been into my office. We've had dinner with them. I went to their house for Thanksgiving. They've actually become pretty good friends of mine. And all right, Bonnie. Caught it right here, right in the cup, Bonnie. Good shot. $6 in the cup, man. That's a couple of packs of tuna right there. A couple of Christmas cards that you just helped somebody with. We're going to do a video maybe next week if I can break up some time. Maybe the week after next. It's Christmas next week. Blech. Been Christmas shopping all freaking day. But we're going to do a video on how to put money on somebody's books. We're going to go through the process. You're going to take a ride with us. We're going to drive down. We're going to do it a couple different ways. We're going to do it online. We're going to do it at Western Union. We're going to do it at MoneyGram, and we're also going to send a money order. So I'm going to show you all of the different ways you can put money on your loved one's books, because a lot of people, I know you're going to figure it out no matter what, but the anticipation and the thoughts of, what if my family can't figure it out? No one's going to put money on my books. What, I'm going to starve in prison. The fear of that, of the unknown, just like all of this unknown, can be pretty frustrating. So we're going to make a video how to do that. Also going to show a video of us sending some money to some inmates. And you guys all remember, I can't think of his name right now, son of a gun. Rebecca Crow. Look at this. You guys are awesome. The time, the season for giving. So we've got, what, $8? So it's really $16 because we're going to match it. So we've got $16 going in the... Caught it. Oh, Kevin just raised the bar. $3.99. $3.99. That's an all-time high right now for this room. Well, at least for today. But yeah, we're going to make some videos to really show you guys. Also, guys, I'm going to be doing a video on this real soon. Kind of share something with you. You guys are like, why the fuck is RDAP Dan showing us a backpack right now? This was made by a friend of mine at Coleman in Leather Shop. Look at this backpack. This is legit, guys. This backpack, I don't know what this would cost on the street. I'm imagining a backpack of this. It's pure leather, 100% leather. He put buckles on this thing. Tell me this would make an awesome Christmas gift for somebody. The guy that made this, his name is Meech. We're going to be posting his story on here. I met him when I was in prison. He is ex-gang member. He was shot. He's now permanently in a wheelchair for the rest of his life. In his day, and let me know, I'm going to put this down if you guys want me to hold it back up at all. But I mean, I'm telling you, this is as good as anything you would buy in any store. And not some Walmart, Kmart shit. We're talking like top of the line. This is a beautiful, this would make a great gift for anybody. So, his name is Meech. He's in Leather Shop, and he takes it real serious. He makes these products. He sends them home to his family, friends, and he also sells these products. It's how he makes his money in prison. He makes these, sends them home, and his family sells them. So I reached out to him through Corlinks, and I said, hey man, send me some of your products because I think we could showcase them on our channel and our website. And I believe people will make donations or purchase them. And the money that we make from this goes back to him, whether we make exactly what it cost him to make it, or if somebody donates more than that, it goes back to him and he purchases more materials. He continues this process. He's built himself an amazing trade that once he's released from prison, he's still got several years to go. He's not getting out anytime soon. He was in there a couple of years before I got there. That was 2014. He's still there. He's still at the same spot. Awesome guy, man. This guy, let me tell you, this guy was an ex-gang member. When I got to Coleman, he wheeled up to me in his wheelchair and he gave me a coffee cup. This is a black guy. So everyone thinks black and whites can't talk in prison. You're not supposed to hang out. This was a black ex-gang member, gold teeth, tattoos, in a wheelchair, rolled up to me Bonnie, what we're looking for is on that, like it's not cheap. So anything over $175, somebody takes it for that amount. Anything, and it all goes, and that will make a video on. We'll show the money going into his account. So anything over $175 would grab that bag right there. He's going to send some smaller products too for those of you that maybe that's well without of your budget. He also makes wallets and a slew of different types of things. He can make if you have something that you want custom, a sports team or your kid's favorite whatever. But the whole point is you're supporting somebody in something that really matters, and that's blood, sweat, and tears into that. That is all 100% handmade out of the gate. So it doesn't get any much better than that. And I'll show you guys. It's not behind me right now, but I had Shelly a purse made before I got out of prison. Actually, he's the one that made it out of ostrich. And that was a gift that I got for Shelly. That I think was $250. So, the stuff's not super cheap, but man, you're talking high quality product from somebody that could really use an extra helping hand of that effect. Anyway, Meech came up to me while I was in prison and am I blocked? No, Kevin, I see you. Kevin, you didn't hear me give you your big shout out for the $3.99? Or I didn't hold the cup up. Maybe that's what it was. No, you're not blocked, Kevin. You're good. We got your $3.99 donation. Much appreciated. But yeah, Meech came up to me, gave me a coffee cup. He even made me a sleeping mask to go over, so you can't see at night. It holds all the sleeping mask. I don't know what you call them. He made me one of those. He gave me a light. And this is a guy that had nothing. He has no money. He has nothing. And these were all the things he was giving me. So when I left prison, I gave this guy pretty much everything that I had. And we've maintained communication ever since I've been out of prison. So he's really turned his life around. He's built himself an amazing trade in making different products just like this one. So do yourself a favor. Do me a favor. Do him a favor. If you're looking for something nice to give a family member this year or for yourself and you want it to have some meaning to it and you want to be able to tell a story behind it, guys, for $175 or more, if you want to donate more than that towards it, but $175 is basically what he would need to get for this to make sense, to continue to make more product. You're not going to get much of a cooler gift that has such an awesome story. And I'm sure Meech will write you a letter personally thanking you for sponsoring him. But this thing is heavy. It's serious, guys. This smells so good. I love the smell of leather. I've had this for a while, and I've been waiting for a few other products to make a video about it. But Kevin, okay, you can comment again. Great. So if you're interested in that product or if you want something personally made from inmates in prison, I think it's a really cool type of an idea myself, personally. But that's all I got. That's what we got on the First Step Act. If you missed any of this video will be on replay. Also, all of the information that I read it word for word. I put it in the description of this video. There's also a link in the description of this video that takes you directly to the website for the First Step Act. It really is well built. Oh, CJ. Yeah, no, CJ's got to play with it. Shelly wanted it. I said, no, babe. We got to use this. As much as I would love to give it to her, you know, we want to showcase this to other people that are on the channel. So no, Shelly, not for you. So that's it. If you've missed anything on this video, it will be on replay. I read everything out of the description. All you got to do is pop on the description of this video. All that content is there. How the First Step Act works. Is it going to be beneficial? You're going to have to come up to some of your own conclusion on what some of this stuff means. The big question that remains is who enforces it and how is it going to be monitored and overseen? That's all I got for you guys today. Looks like a tank. Bonnie. I think it would look great on you, Bonnie. It looks like your style. People are like, wow, that's an awesome bag. Where'd you get it? Yeah, a prisoner built it for me while he was in prison in leather shop. Really? Just imagine the cool stories that come behind that and the awesome support that you get to do in the meantime. I'm just teasing you. I know $175 is a little pricey, but not for something like that. I guarantee you go in a store and you look at a bag like that, you're going to be looking at $500, $600 for something of that quality. All right, guys, that's all I got for you. If you need anything, if you got any questions, shoot me an email, text. Please, if you haven't done so, hit the like button real quick. Please hit the like button. Smash the like button. Everybody, we're going to give you another 30 seconds. How many likes do we got in the room? I don't know if I can see it from here, from this screen for some reason. How many likes do we got? Somebody give me a thumbs up on how many likes we got. We got a steady 20 plus people watching. We even had Bounce Back in the room. Bounce Back started the donations off with $2. Got to give him some credit. Then Kevin raised the bar with a $3.99 donation. So if anybody wants to outdo Kevin real quick, it's not too late. We're going to give about 20 seconds to make sure you guys give the thumbs up. How many thumbs up do we got, CJ? 6 likes. All right, we're not going nowhere. We got 20-something people in the room with 6 likes. See that thumbs up button, guys? Press the button. That's how my YouTube channel grows. As YouTube says, wow, a lot of people like RDAP Dan. Let's promote his videos on other videos. Let's make RDAP Dan the best damn prison consultant out there. There's all these other guys. What do they know? They know how to sound like attorneys and put on a good dog and pony show, and they know how to charge you 15 to 20 grand, but they don't know how to get real. They just don't know how to do it. We're up to 11 likes. 20 is our goal. We got to do 20 before I sign off. I know you guys want to get back to your... Who needs to do Christmas shopping still? Me. You guys like my Christmas setup in the background? I bought the Christmas tree at a thrift store for 99 cents. It looks like it's 99 cents. It barely has any tree left on it. But, and we got little Santa back there. You guys remember Tina? That's Shelly's, not a camel. What the hell is that? A llama. That's Shelly's llama that she bought like a year and a half ago, and that llama just travels around the house. It's always in different spots. It's like, forget about Elf on a shelf. It's like a llama on a shelf. So we used Shelly's llama to be the reindeer to pull Santa next to his little Christmas tree. But yeah, you know, 15 likes. All right, we're 5 away. Keep it going. Come on, guys. Give me those thumbs up. I can only ramble so much longer. I don't even know what I'm talking about right now. We're just off on a tandem. How is Todd? Todd Hansen is doing really good. I think he's either finished RDAP or getting ready to go into RDAP. But look, every time we talk to Todd doesn't communicate very often. It's because he's doing so well. When we do communicate with Todd, he refers to it as the country club. You know, he's enjoying his time. He's doing his time. He's not expecting any miracles, but he's putting his work in. He's putting his effort in. Michelle Smith. Hi, Dan. Michael Smith, I'm sorry. Oh, North Carolina. What's up, Mike? Mike's another client. Welcome, Mike. Thanks for joining us, my man. But yeah, Todd's doing really good. He's just going through the motions, waiting to, I'm sure once he gets a little closer. Todd got a lengthy sentence. What was it? Almost 9 years. Goodtime, RDAP, halfway house, 6.5, something like that. So that's way better than the 30 years he was originally looking at. And then remember, if you don't remember Todd Hansen, we did a video on him. Todd took a plea for 17.5 years. And Todd did such an amazing job at preparing for his sentence that when he got to sentencing, so much mitigation had been done And I'm not going to lie, we really worked our asses off with Todd because he was so lost when he started with us. He actually hired another prison consultant who didn't do shit for him. And then Todd hired us, and we really got him into shape, got him to do a lot of things, take a deep look at his financial situation, get rid of the fancy car he was driving. He sold it, got a piece of shit car, took the money took the money he got from selling the car, gave it to his attorney to put into escrow to give towards restitution as good faith. All of these things made a huge difference at his sentencing. And the judge really exemplified and went in and explained why he was departing from 17 and a half years all the way down to the 9 or the 8. I forgot exactly what it was now. Yes, 24 months is the minimum. 24 to 30 months is 6 months. 31 to 37 could actually get you 9 months off. So the question now is, when are you surrendering, and when does the next RDAP class start at the prison you're at? These are all things that we help you figure out. So definitely give me a call or shoot me an email. There's Kevin. What's up, Kevin? Kevin in the house. Kevin's a potential client. Kevin's on the fence. Somebody give Kevin some good insight here as why Kevin should be. No, Kevin's been in talks with us for several weeks right now. Everybody's in a different point in their life and their journey. And, we try to make this available to everybody that needs it. But Kevin, I love that you keep in touch and that you do let us know what's going on. And Kevin will be the first one to tell you that you don't have to hire us to get some information. I mean, how many conversations have you and I had, Kevin? And you're not technically a client right now. You're just, somebody going through the motions that's needing some advice and some direction. So Kevin and I have had several conversations. So anybody that's curious about how RDAP works, minimum requirements, remember, just because it says 24 months is the minimum requirement to get into RDAP, that doesn't mean if you're sentenced to 24 months, you're going to get into RDAP. It means that if you get in the program soon enough, you could qualify for the time off. But if you have a 24-month sentence and you get to prison and the next RDAP class doesn't start for 3 months, you're going to miss the window and you're not going to get in the program. So that's why you need to call us so we can negotiate that with you and get a hold of the prison, find out when the next class is starting, prepare a letter that's going to go to the judge to ask the judge to change your surrender date based on when the next available start date within RDAP is, so that you get to the prison and within the next couple of weeks, the likelihood of the class starting is very, very plausible to increase the odds of you not only getting in the program, but also getting the time off. Be careful of these other prison consultants that guarantee we're going to get you an RDAP. Just because you get an RDAP does not mean you get the time off. So I know, trust me, I'll be the first one to tell you, it's well worth it taking RDAP regardless. But if you're paying somebody to get into RDAP, you're actually paying them because you want the time off. And if you're not going to get the time off, you're like, well, what the fuck am I paying you for? But they don't tell you that. So make sure you do your homework before you hire anybody. And look, that's why we give all of these free consultations. We don't want you to feel like, well, I already spoke to this guy and I've got to give him some money now. You can call me and it's not going to cost you a dime. You can tell us what you're going through, what your deals are, what your worries are, what your thoughts are with other prison consultants, and we can tell you if it's legit or not. We've got plenty of individuals that we've spoken to that we said, no, what you were told is 100% true. Sounds like they got your best interest at heart. Give them your money because they're going to work for you. And there's been other occasions where we're like, run, turn and run for the hills because you are being ripped off. How many likes do we got in the room? Can I get an update? Because I'm not leaving until we got 20, and I can't see it from my end. So who's going to give me the update on the likes? What's a like? It's a thumbs up. There's a little thumbs up guy on your screen. You just poke him. Just poke the thumbs up man, and it makes YouTube like me that much more. The damn delay. Who's got the comment? Who's got the thumbs up update? We need a thumbs up guy. 6 more. Gee, we need 6 more updates. There's 6 more thumbs up. There's 20 of you watching right now. Who's going to get us? Look, let's try to get it before we get to an hour. We got 59 minutes and about 30. We got 30 seconds left. Come on, guys. Get me to 20 before we get to an hour. 30 seconds to go. What's our count? Are we close? Just log in from another YouTuber and just thumbs up from there. It's that simple. We got about 15 seconds. I feel like you guys are going to let me down. This is sad. Very sad. There's 19. Now we got people just leaving the room without even giving a thumbs up. That's so rude. Didn't even say goodbye. Say goodbye before you leave. I always say goodbye before I sign off. Like, hey, I'm out of here. I've got to go to work. I've got to go watch the kids. I got to go Christmas shopping. No love. Wow. None. All right. Well, we got about 15 seconds. It can happen. It's kind of like the Dolphins and Patriots game a couple weeks ago. Nobody saw that coming, but they won. Here we go. We're at a minute. Did we hit it? What's our official thumbs up? You guys should be ashamed of yourselves. I'm just kidding. You guys showed a lot of love today. We received some donations. It's going to help a lot of people that are going through the prison system right now. So really do appreciate it, guys. You guys are amazing. And without you guys, I'd be talking to an empty camera that nobody would listen to. And that would be a little cuckoo, if you ask me. But thanks for guys putting money in the tip jar. We're greatly appreciated. Maybe we should create like a little ticker up at the top. Shows how much money we've raised. Maybe we'll start that going into 2019. We're going to post how much money we've raised throughout the year. That will be fun. We'll figure out how much we raised in 2018, and then we'll try to make 2019 all that much better. All right, guys. I'm RDAP Dan, Federal Prison Time, your favorite prison consultant, YouTuber extraordinaire. I will see you guys in a couple of days. I've got to go make... Oh, there's Jenny. Jenny, better late than never, Jenny. Jenny doesn't show us any love anymore. It's because I slave drive her, making sure that she has all of your letters done, so she doesn't get time. Jenny, why are you on here? Why are you not writing letters right now? That's it. We already pay Jenny peanuts, and now she's taking time off to come join us on YouTube. Unacceptable, Jenny. No, I'm kidding. We love Jenny. Without Jenny, where would we be? Don't know. All right, guys. Always cleaning the toilets. I love you guys. I'm RDAP Dan, Federal Prison Time. I'll see you guys in a couple days. We'll definitely be doing a Christmas special of some sort. Maybe we'll do some little surprise for you guys. I can't find my off button. Hashtag free Jenny. Nobody read that. Jenny's not a slave. Bye, guys. I love you. Talk to you soon. Bye.